an honor to be here and celebrate the spirit of giving that is alive and well in Chattanooga. When you look out over all the people here, I think I've served on lots of boards with you. You know, as president of Brewer City Company, I have the privilege of hosting people from all over the country. In fact, hosting countries from all over the world that come to our city to try to learn how we did it in Chattanooga, how our amazing turnaround. And when I talk about our amazing turnaround, some things I'm always asked afterwards is, what's your secret? How did you all succeed when so many other communities haven't? What makes us so different? Well, I think you can sum it up best with one of my favorite quotes from Margaret Mead that says, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Well, we know for a fact that committed citizens have changed the face of Chattanooga. And because of organizations and people like you, people who are committed to giving back, this city continues to grow and change for the better. With over 1,200 charitable nonprofits, as well as 5 of the top 17 foundations of the state, there is no doubt that our community is a better place culturally, civically, and economically because of the commitment of giving. Thankfully, it's in our DNA, and it's a legacy that we continue to build on. National Philanthropy Day provides an opportunity to reflect on the meaning of giving and all that it has made possible. And today we have the opportunity to shine a light on companies and individuals who continue to prove the quality of life in our community and provide positive examples to us all. So I'd like to begin by recognizing the Philanthropy Day Table Honorees. And these are individuals that area organizations have chosen to honor for their commitment and dedication. As I call the organization and the honoree, I'd like to ask for each honoree with us today to stand, and we'll hold our applause until the very end. From Allied Arts, Terry and Craig Hall. From Arts and Education Council, Julie Gary. Boyd Buchanan School, Charles and Martha McDonald, and Nitro and Elvira Glisson. From the Chattanooga Area Food Bank, Tina Harr. From the Chattanooga Zoo, may you all hedge your bets. The Board of Directors and Friends of the Zoo. That covered everybody. The Children's Home and Chandler Shelter are recognizing several special friends. The Creative Discovery Museum, Lenora and Frank Williamson. Erlanger Health System Foundation, Dr. B. W. Ruffner. You all are standing. Stay standing. Stay standing. From GPS, Keith Sanford. Thank you so much. Hospice of Chattanooga, Christine Little. Jordan Thomas Foundation, in memory of Jeffrey Dendy. Partnership for Family and Children and Adults, Dr. and Mrs. Cliff Cleveland. Reflection Writing, John and Margaret Chambliss. Siskin Children's Institute, Mary Beth Conklin. Southern Adventist University, Mary Lyle and Bill and Beverly Wilson. United Way of Greater Chattanooga, Tom Glenn. Memorial Foundation, Dr. Mark Anderson. In addition, I'd like to ask all past Philanthropy Day honorees to please stand, and let's give them all a great round of applause. Well, thank you for all you do. And the 2001 honorees, you'll find a small gift on your table in honor of your recognition today. Thank you for volunteering your time and talent to help make these organizations stronger. Well, now it's my privilege to recognize this year's award recipients. So first, the Corporate Philanthropist of the Year. This award is presented to a local corporation which has shown outstanding community spirit and commitment to the goals of building a better community for all citizens through contributions to charitable causes and endeavors, taking an active role in community improvement activities, and by encouraging volunteerism and community involvement among its members. Well, we are so fortunate to have 2 area organizations recognized as corporate philanthropists for 2011. The first was formed more than 40 years ago by entrepreneurs who own and operate McDonald's restaurants in the greater Chattanooga area, the McDonald's Chattanooga Co-op. Guided by a core principle that McDonald's founder Ray Kroc believed, members of the co-op choose to support causes that improve the quality of life for their members and for their community. And boy, have they ever. In 1990, they raised funds to build the Chattanooga Ronald McDonald House. In addition, they led efforts to fund the Ronald McDonald Family Room inside Children's Hospital at Erlanger, as well as funding the purchase and staffing of a Ronald Care Mobile to provide necessary dental services to underserved children. But their mission goes well beyond the Ronald McDonald House. Additionally, they help provide access to college for area students by providing 40 annual college scholarships worth $1,000 to high school seniors. The saying, "You may not be able to do everything, but everyone can do something," aptly applies to the way they approach giving. They encourage positive change to make their community a better place for all. Each co-op member has his or her own story and volunteer efforts in other causes, from supporting local school organizations and library programs to raising funds for breast cancer. I'd like to ask the members of the Ronald McDonald Chattanooga Co-op to come up stage and be recognized.
There's lots of us. Ray Kroc said it aptly many years ago when he founded McDonald's: none of us are as good as all of us. That's absolutely a fact with the group that's standing here with me. My name's Art Holkamp, and I'm proud to accept this award from the from the Association of Fundraising Professionals. Thank you very, very much. Everybody here is representing an owner-operator. We operate restaurants in and around the greater Chattanooga area. We go all the way from Sweetwater, Tennessee, down into northern Alabama, North Georgia, all the way over to Kimball, South Pittsburgh, far west or far east as western North Carolina. Everybody here has their own passion about fundraising, whether it be for local school efforts, local church efforts, and any other community-funded event. We sincerely want to thank you and the community that we all represent and that you represent, and guarantee you that we'll keep on doing what we're doing. So thank you very much. We appreciate the recognition, but we do it all for the communities. Thank you.
Well, our next organization being recognized has as their tagline, "Everywhere, every day." And their actions certainly prove that they are. Not only is Brewer Media a leading provider of news, information, and entertainment, but they live out their priority, which is being a positive influence in the community. In 2010 alone, they gave out over $1 million in event-specific media sponsorships, public service announcements, and media plans for several local nonprofits. Their civically minded staff lends their time and expertise in nonprofits, churches, and social causes. Their reach extends to over 100 national chapters and small nonprofits from every sector of the community, supporting them with media sponsorships and awareness campaigns. And if this wasn't enough, in 2010, they decided to make an even bigger impact. They chose to join forces with Partnership for Family, Children, and Adults and focused on a corporate initiative to support domestic violence awareness, investing over $300,000 in media time and adding to the partnership's voice in the community. Additionally, Brewer Media is a major supporter of the Chattanooga Chamber of Commerce and the United Way. So now you know they really do live out their motto, everywhere, every day. I'd like to ask you to help me recognize Brewer Media Group for their tremendous generosity and support of nonprofits throughout the region.
Jim and I are to accept this award. Giving back is something that we both sincerely believe in. We also strive to instill it in our children, 4 of whom are with us today. There's Danielle, Carly, James, and Caitlin, and it's also part of our corporate culture. Jim came to Chattanooga 23 years ago to launch JTT. He was the youngest owner-operator of a locally owned station. The first employee he hired is Keith Landecker. He's also with us, and he's the current winner of the Jefferson Award. Is our flagship station and has always been involved in community outreach. As our company continued to grow, we were able to provide more support to nonprofits in the community. Currently, we reserve a portion of our programming on Power 94, Groove 93, Hippie Radio, ESPN, and 95.3 News Talk and space in the Pulse and our interactive properties support our sponsorships. Our employees also use their skills every day to make a positive impact, and we are extremely proud of their involvement. We have many of them with us today. Last year, Jim decided that on top of our sponsorships, he wanted to do a corporate initiative where we could truly make a difference. That's when we chose domestic violence awareness because of the tremendous impact abuse has on our society. We were fortunate to find a great support system in the partnership for families, children, and adults, and we thank them for all they do. We have been extremely pleased with this campaign, and we are planning to continue it into 2012. We would also like to congratulate the Obears and the Johnson Family Foundation for their commitment to the community. We are especially pleased to share the Corporate Philanthropist of the Year honor with McDonald's Chatt Co-op, who we just recently did our radiothon with Ronald McDonald House. Jim and I, along with the entire Brewer Media team, are humbled to accept this award and sincerely appreciate this incredible honor. Thank you.
Well, next is a Leadership Fundraiser of the Year. The nomination form states that the qualities and characteristics looked for include demonstrated exceptional skills coordinating and motivating groups of volunteers, for the benefit of charitable institutions, and a commitment to the advancement of philanthropy. Now, if you have ever served on a committee with Ruth and Fred Obear, you know what a perfect team this is. I feel blessed to have been able to call Dr. Obear my chancellor, and he and Ruth my friends. Fred and Ruth are living examples of Winston Churchill's wonderful quote, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." They live life to the fullest in every way and are wonderful role models. I aspire to be like you when I grow up. They approach every project, large and small, with wit, energy, and enthusiasm. I wouldn't dare say no to them. And obviously, with their skill at fundraising, many of you are in the same boat. While consummate cheerleaders for all things UTC, and I will never get the position of head cheerleader as long as Ruth is around. Their love and commitment for the community doesn't stop there. They have been involved with the Chamber Shelter, both with time and money, the Chattanooga Symphony Guild, Children's Hospital of Erlanger, the NCAA Golf Tournament, and the list goes on and on. Please join me in recognizing Ruth and Fred Obear.
really wonderful to stand here in front of all of you today who have come to see us and to share in this happy occasion. It is a happy occasion. I'd like to just highlight a few of the things that since I've been here, UTC, of course, is deep in my heart, as is Fred. And what we did with our good friends, the Prevosts, who are here with us today, just gives me a lot more enthusiasm as I see Corinne over there on the table as well. I'd like to say hello to her and many of the other people who supported all the things that we did when I was a very short First Lady. 1 year doesn't give you much time to make a lot of effort. But I still enjoy Chambliss, and I know a lot of them are here today. Thank you for coming. Being on the board of that and with the other people, we do a lot of work for preschool children and daycare and housing for children and housing for children who do not have parental care. A few years ago, many volunteers and staff sifted through the mountains and mountains of contributions, and a thrift store was opened. This thrift store raises monies and revenues to make up for lost funds from other sources. I like to think that we are the Nordstrom's of thrift. Come check it out. As a new transplant to Chattanooga, my friend Ruth Homer, who is with us as well, helped connect me to the arts. So when asked, it was a treat for Fred and me to chair the gala, Symphony Gala, raising funds to advance music and education through the CSO Youth Orchestra, glorious symphony performances at the Tivoli, operas tell stories to children in schools, and pop concerts for the lively folks. At a time when cities are losing their symphonies, through the fundraising, we are fortunate to have one here in Chattanooga with our new director, K.O. Coben. Chairing Star Night, as some of you have all known about, we had a really wonderful opportunity to visit the children with special needs, who along with others joined them in their daily lessons at Siskin Institute. Their graduation ceremonies were filled with cheers and tears, and the efforts of many shone brightly. The event is not to be missed. Do find out what it is and go and see them. Funds from this event helped to provide new advanced programs and additional staff. Thank you, Helen, for being with us today. Children's Hospital has a special presence in our community, although I am still surprised to meet people who do not even know where it is or what we do or the special care that we provide. A special event open to the community to enjoy are the Dragon Boat races. This event raises money for needed new equipment in the NIC and ICU units, and at the first event on the river, I signed up. I ended up being the drummer. Have you ever been to one of those? You sit on this tiniest little seat and look at my size, and you hold your knees together and thump this strum for the cadence of the rowers, of which Fred was one. I can tell you we have now left it for the unfit. Board members are working really diligently to raise funds for newly decorated, fully equipped inpatient rooms for children with cancer. These rooms will allow families to be together in warm surroundings during a stressful time in their lives. Thank you, Betsy, and all from the staff and from the board who are here today. We really appreciate it. In conclusion, Fred and I feel that philanthropy can be taught. And although not original with us, we have given our grandchildren in the past an annual gift, which they must give away to help others. Then they share with us the choices that they have made. Some are really interesting. Along with supporting the many nonprofits represented in this room today, they have been known to purchase part of a goat, 24 chickens, and any other animals, partly which will go to communities that to sustain the needy, hungry families around the world. This has all been a labor of love, and there are many other places in the city that we can, but he won't let me tell you all those things. He just won't let me have the time. So we want to thank the Prevosts and our son James, who's here, and Reverend Helen and Ruth Homer, for all of you to be here today and share
excuse me, you all wish that I would follow in Jim Brewer's footsteps and not stand here. Those of you who know me at the university understand the joke about that. They said, what comes after Fred Obear's luncheon speech on Friday? And the answer to that question is Monday. But first, we want to thank both AFP and this year's selection committee for this very special honor. Recognizing Ruth and me among the group of past honorees in the leadership category, fundraiser category alone, is truly a humbling experience. And receiving this award together with the George I. Johnson Family Foundation, Brewer Media, and McDonald's Chatt is also very special. We also need to thank those on whose shoulders we have stood. Wonderful mentors, such as Ruth Holmberg and Merv and Helen Fragelman, who are guests with us. Extremely competent and hardworking faculty and staff, both professional and support staff, at the university and in other nonprofits around this community, like Bernie and Hugh Prevost from UTC. Also at our table, dedicated volunteers like many of you, and those closest to us, including our son James, who carries on a family commitment to development in his fundraising work with the UT campus in Knoxville. We also acknowledge the opportunities we have had to work on behalf of significant and saleable projects, including 3 major capital campaigns and several mini campaigns for UTC. The example shared with you by Ruth and other advancement activities with the partnership in Siskin Hospital for Physical Rehabilitation. Early on, I learned that philanthropy is based on relationships, that it is a means and not an end, and that success comes from convincing donors to invest in rather than just give to something special. My final thank you is to Chattanooga, Hamilton County, and the surrounding region. We all know that philanthropy and generosity are alive and well here, as Kim earlier said. I have long maintained that this community is a fundraiser's dream. Let me close with one personal story that supports this claim. Several years ago, Ruth and I attended a Hunter Museum event honoring the Chazen family for their donation of a magnificent portrait of Napoleon. At the time, I was raising funds at UTC to honor a named professorship in American music for Ruth Homer. At the Hunter that evening, I came upon Scotty Probasco, who was engaged in a conversation with Phil Whitaker. Scotty inquired about the progress I was making, as he had earlier made a commitment that helped considerably in that effort. He then turned to Phil and asked if I had contacted him too. Phil assured him I already had, to which Scotty observed, "Isn't it a privilege to be asked?" Our wish for all of you is that we continue to live and work in a community that feels sincerely that it's a privilege to be asked. Thank you.
Our last honoree is the Outstanding Philanthropist of the Year. This award is presented to an individual or family with a proven record of exceptional generosity, who through direct financial support and leadership has demonstrated civic and charitable responsibility, and whose generosity encourages others to take philanthropic leadership roles in the community. In 1966, George Robert Johnson bought his first Hardee's franchise. Over the past 45 years, the family business has grown to 42 restaurants, and so has their commitment to the communities they serve. The George R. Johnson Family Foundation has been making grants for 10 years. In that time, grants totaling more than $12 million have been made to nonprofit groups in a 14-county area of East Tennessee and Northwest Georgia. The grants vary in scope and size, supporting organizations such as the AIM Center, Cleveland State Community College, to local chapters of the United Way, Habitat for Humanity, and the Boys and Girls Club. These are in areas where the Johnson family restaurants serve. The mission of the foundation is to improve the quality of life in the communities it serves by supporting programs that improve the education, health, or general welfare of the people in those communities. We are thrilled to be able to recognize and honor the George R. Johnson Family Foundation for its great work and commitment.
I would really like to thank the Association of Fundraising Professionals for several things. One, for inviting us to be here. Another, for helping me to learn my job. We started this adventure 10 years ago. We really didn't know what we were doing. And some of you worked with me back then. You probably figured out that I didn't know what I was doing. But we had great advice from Wayne Peters, our attorney. He sent me off to the Council on Foundations. Before I even did anything, I went to the conference to sort of learn what I was supposed to do. And over the years, I hope we have figured out where we're going, and we're grateful to all of you, the fundraisers and the professional development people who really do all the work and who really have made our job easy. It's you out there in the community really doing what needs to be done to improve the communities where we have restaurants, where we have employees, and we want to thank everybody who works so hard to help us do our job. Thank you.
Well, what a wonderful, inspiring community that we live in. And thank you all for being here today, for honoring giving and the difference that it has made in our community. And even though there's much to do, there's still much left to do. In the words of that famous philosopher, Dr. Seuss, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So thank you for caring and for sharing your time and talents with this community. And it's now I'd call on Susan Robinson to come up for closing remarks.
Hi, just a quick note. It wasn't in your program, but I wanted to tell you just quickly about the beautiful sculptures that our honorees won. It is made by our local artist, Cesna de Cosimo, and it is of the Greek goddess Caritas, and it's for giving. So if you know Cesna, please tell him what a wonderful job. I know you will enjoy this for a lifetime. I am Susan Robinson, Executive Director of the Arts and Education Council, and I have the pleasure of serving the remainder of this year and next year as president of the Southeastern Tennessee chapter of the Association of Fundraising Professionals, AFP. I wish to thank you for attending today's celebration of National Philanthropy Day. Congratulations once again to all of our honorees and to our past recipients. Thanks also goes to our sponsors, Chattanooga Coca-Cola Bottling Company, First Tennessee, Gerber Taylor Capital Advisors, Playcorps, the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. AFP represents more than 207 chapters throughout the United States, Canada, Mexico, and China, working to advance philanthropy through advocacy, research, education, and certification programs. The Southeastern Tennessee chapter holds monthly meetings to foster development and growth of fundraising professionals and to promote high ethical standards in the fundraising profession. If you are interested in our chapter and joining, please see me after the luncheon and give me your business card, and I'll be happy to send you information. As well, you can go online to afpnet.org and click on chapters and get information on our local chapters. Because of you, a child will have clean water to drink, food to eat, go to school. A girl will get help with her homework. A boy will have a mentor. Thanks to you, a woman will learn to speak Spanish. A man will learn a new skill. A family will have a new home. The homeless will find comfort and a hot meal. Because of your support, we are one step closer to a cure. A child will receive care. A mom will learn to care for her baby. A student will pursue her studies. Because of you, a park will thrive. An animal will escape abuse. A child will make new discoveries, find a new passion, hit the right note. Audiences will be inspired, and the show will go on. The 30,000 members of the Association of Fundraising Professionals celebrate all who give themselves to make the world a better place. Thank you for all you do, for your support, your time, your work. Our community is better. Our world is better because of you. We truly appreciate your being here today and for all you do. If the honorees will stay once it's over and come to the front, we're going to make some photos. So we are adjourned.